Hello everyone and welcome to another Team Talk. I am Matt Print from Fitness with Matt. I am a group exercise instructor and also a personal trainer. So today we are talking about my top 5 tips for meal prep. So these will be time-saving, cost-saving tips to help you maybe to eat more nourishing food throughout the week. And by nourishing, I mean for your body and soul. No one wants to eat boring food. Food is amazing and should be enjoyed and celebrated. So I'm going to give you 5 simple tips that I think you can action today that are going to help revolutionize the way you eat. But maybe you are already doing some of them. So don't forget, if you have comments or questions, write below and I will do my best to get back to you about that. And yeah, let's get to it, team. So my number 1 tip is make the freezer your friend. So when's the last time you actually went down the freezer aisles in the supermarket? Because I guarantee you there will be so many more products than 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And you need to get out of the mindset of that kind of beige buffet from Iceland kind of vibe from the freezer section, because it's not like that anymore. Because if you go down there now, you can get frozen chopped herbs and garlic and onion, and all these things save you time because you haven't got to chop them. You can even buy bags of ready-made salads that you can defrost and eat, and prepared meats and things like that that can save you time in the kitchen. You don't have to replace everything on your plate with frozen food, but you might look at your dinners and be like, wait, I can get that frozen and some of the work done already for me. And also you will find that the foods that are frozen are often cheaper, and also there's going to be less waste because you can keep things in your freezer for a lot longer. So things like frozen fruit and berries are so much cheaper than their fresh counterpart. Now, there's going to be compromise. There's always compromise in life. Like if you buy frozen tender stem broccoli, which you can buy, it won't be as crunchy as the fresh shop bought. But you know what? If you've got it in the freezer and you need a quick meal and you haven't got time to go to the shops, if you know you've got that like frozen tender stem broccoli or that frozen chopped onion and garlic, you can quickly go to it and make something nourishing in no time. So save money, same time, get down that freezer aisle and see what you can buy that will save you time in the long run. Next, convenience doesn't mean compromise. Now what I mean from that is that we have this concept that anything that is processed is bad for us. Now there are highly processed foods which aren't the best for our health, but there are also things that are minimal and moderately processed that are actually okay for us, and again we are leveraging time, we are saving ourselves time. So here are some things that I think we forget about that could save us time in the long run. Things like buying a rotisserie chicken from the supermarket, bags of prepared stir-fried veg, so it's chopped, it's ready in a bag, stick it in a pan. Something like hummus. Yes, there might be a few extra ingredients, but how many of us have got time to make hummus at home? And usually what you find is those couple of extra ingredients are there to help it be more stable on the shelf and last longer in the supermarket. So probably make it industrially the same as me and you would make it at home, but they just add a few extra things to help it to last longer so it's not harmful to our health when it's sat on the shelf. Things like prepared bags of salad. There's nothing wrong with that. The nutrition is not lost by it being chopped by someone else. Also, if you think about the prepared grains now, the market in that has gone hugely up, so you can buy grains cooked ready in pouches, and again there will be a compromise here on cost, but it is buying you back some time. You're investing in that to save time. So there is always a balance, and our financial and economic situations will of course have an impact. But I want you today to, if you're planning your week's food ahead, have a look and think, is there anything that's going to save me time? Like if you're having stir fry this week, can you afford to save time by buying the packets of veg already chopped? Okay, we need to get out of the mindset that all processed food is bad, because technically a can of beans is processed because they've washed them, They've cooked them for us, they've soaked them, and they've put them in a can. Technically, it's processed. So be a bit more open-minded about that. Third tip, when you are preparing meals, look at meals you can double the portion, so you cook it double the amount. So even though it may take you a little bit longer when you're preparing these double volumes of meals, it will save you time because you can pack the freezer with these meals. So on those days when you are short of time, you can just get some food out of the freezer. Technically, it's energy saving because you're only going to have to cook it once, but I haven't got the numbers on that. But most of all, it is time saving. So again, when you're looking at the meals for the week, look at which ones can be frozen safely. And even look at potentially freezing components of a meal. So you could make a curry sauce and freeze the curry sauce. You could make fresh tomato sauce if you had the time and wanted to, and freeze that in portions. So if you're making a bolognese, you fry the onions, the mince, the garlic, the spices, and then out of the freezer comes your ready-made tomato sauce. That is an option. So again, you are investing time now to save time later. Hope this is making sense. Number 4, plan and prepare. Okay, seems obvious, but how many of us do it? By freeing up the mind space for your week and investing the time now planning, you will find it revolutionizes your week. You can always change the order of what you're having if circumstances change, but try and plan your meals out for the week ahead. Okay, because you're freeing up the mental space, you're hopefully going to reduce food waste because you're going to buy what you're going to prepare and eat. And thirdly, it means you don't need that mental space in the week when you're tired to decide what to have for dinner. Now here is a little bonus top tip. If you haven't done much planning or prepping so far, an easy way to get started is to pick one meal of the week. So for example, dinners or lunches or breakfast, and pick one day a week or a couple of days where you're going to prepare in advance those meals. Don't do the whole week, just pick one meal. It might be that just by pre-preparing all your evening's meals, because you have a busy evening, will revolutionize your week. Number 2 of my plan and prepare is pre-chop. So if you know you're cooking something later in the week that needs onions, if you haven't bought them frozen and chopped, you could chop them in advance. Again, you can slice peppers, keep them safely in the fridge. You could prepare your head of broccoli, slice it into the size you want, wash it, keep it airtight in the fridge, ready to go, because you've saved time by doing it in advance. And number 3, what you can also do is pre-cook some of the portions of your meal. So, for example, if you had some green beans that you're going to have later in the week, par-cook them now, half-cook them now, put them in some ice-cold water to stop them cooking, dry them off, put them in the fridge. They're par-cooked, they'll need a couple of minutes in the microwave. Again, investing time to save time. And finally, this is the most revolutionary tip that everyone loves that I give out, and it's my top Tupperware technique. So we all have that cupboard in the kitchen that we hate, that we open the door, it all falls out, unless you are me. And why doesn't it happen? Because we're going to spend a little bit of time in there and delve a bit deeper. What you need to do, you need to get a permanent marker and a little bit of time. You take everything out of that cupboard, you match the lids with the bottoms, make sure they fit, and make a pile of all the different ones you have. You may have 5 or 6 different types, and don't forget you could have circle, you can have square, you can have oblongs, all different sizes. And then what you do with your marker is, once you've got your stacks of matching lids, throw away the broken ones, recycle them. You're going to take your marker and you're going to create a labeling system for yourself. Maybe it will be that you use letters, numbers, or shapes. But if you've got a stack of similar lids and bottoms, you will call them all A. The next ones you'll write B on the lid and the bottom. So next time you go into that cupboard, you just have to look for the letter that matches the bottom and the lid. Okay? You're not scrambling through everything, and you've made sure everything you've got matches and fits together. You haven't got like 10 lids but one bottom. So you're going to get rid of all those and maybe keep just 1 or 2 in case they crack. So spend a bit of time, organise that cupboard so that you have got containers to put your food in when it's prepared. And finally, be environmentally conscious. There are a lot of eco options for food storage now, so get out there and think about your impact on the environment. It's not just about time saving, it's about planet saving as well. Again, which is why this whole planning and prepping can help reduce food waste. So I hope you're all going to go buy a permanent marker today, get in those Tupperware cupboards and revolutionise your Tupperware cupboard. And if you want to see my Tupperware cupboard, you can always comment below. But if you want to see a really good one, you should see my mum's. She's got a whole cupboard of Tupperware. Super organised, way more organised than me. But anyway, we're not here to talk about my mum. I hope these 5 tips have helped you to maybe see ways to save time, but also make nourishing meals for your body and soul throughout the week to feed you and your family. Have an awesome week. Let me know in the comments if this has helped, and I will see you all again soon. Don't forget, follow me on social media, Fitness with Matt 1 on Instagram, Fitness with Matt on Facebook, and yeah, maybe see you at a class too. Goodbye everyone, bye.
I make see again.